stiffing at the washing dishes. Yesterday had no pot to piss in, now I'm walking round like a politician.
Go for the old powder and basil, choosing my minnow in Christmas carol. Come on.
It's hot. Good morning, everybody. Jamie K, absolute legends. Look at this beautiful location. Jamie and I thought we'd kind of stop and pretend we lived here.
Yeah. Definitely feel like we're going to get chased off with a shotgun in a minute though.
We're now off to the dealership to pick up my brand new channel car. Obviously, Mr. Jamie K knows what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting. You guys don't know. Should we do a road trip? The audience have been trying to guess on my social media for the past week, and they all think I've bought a Porsche. Ooh. Oh, you're joking. Middle lane wanker. Exciting. We are here, everybody. I wonder if any of you guys in the audience have been down here before and know exactly where we are.
Curly shoes and a boot. In the cave making moves. Add the rock to the camp and I told man grab the lamp, not the jewels. Then sonic boom, man, I Prince Ali and I rap with this dude. Prince Ali and I rap with this goon, man, I fly from carpet, not on the broom. Look, 3 wishes that your bitch missing and a quick stiffing at the washing dishes. Yesterday had no pot to piss in, now I'm walking round like a politician. You know I always on a mission. Diamond in the rough, now I glisten. FITS and now they listen. So go and listen, car man is an aggro real gangster. Told your father suck his mother. Man roll with a genie, don't need Luger. You will get smoked like cheese and shisha. Man is an aggro real gangster. Told your father suck his mother. Yo, you already know, man.
Ursula. Come here, say go for the old powder and basil, choosing my minnow in Christmas carol. Come on.
I got the gully man flow. Man didn't know to Monky flow. Code in the Sub-Zero when I pepper mando. Your chicken and dough. Rise up my arm and I'm letting it go. Yeah, elephant graveyard. If you think you're brave, I'm letting you know. Yeah, this ain't a game for the pussies. I'm rolling with lions, you know. Kuna Matata. Yeah, we're getting butter. Yeah, this ain't a game.
They got no cake, no Krispy Kremes and nickel hygienists. Took a loss, tried to bring up to my block. They tried to bring up to my block. Big hog rolling on a hog, can't ever take Peter pork chop. Hunt man down with the dogs up, get dirty on them like the bar.
Star Command's finest. Beat me up.
Race car confirmed. Yeah, a lot of you guys probably thought I was going to buy another posh whip like a Porsche 911 GT3, or you thought I might get an Alfa Romeo Quattrofoglio, whatever it's called. I have indeed gone back to my roots and bought an R32 GTR from the legends that are Hollow Jap Auto. This GTR is not exactly standard. It was actually built by Tex Modify out in Japan. It's roughly running about 650 horsepower at the moment. That's on 1.5 bar, but we are going to be doing a few little upgrades and try and get it up to about sort of 750. The spec list on this thing is absolutely massive. I'm actually going to do a dedicated video next episode and do some like After Effects to kind of really show you guys the full spec list. Oh, I'm still getting used to driving it, as you guys can tell. It's also got an HICAS or Hollinger 6-speed H-pattern dog engagement gearbox as well. So that's basically where you've got dog gears instead of conventional synchro mesh. Well, you can tell how quick it is because it keeps moving the camera. Hopefully you guys are going to really like this car as well. It's definitely a little bit more in tune to what I'm used to, and obviously you guys are massive JDM enthusiasts. I was a big fan of that BMW, not going to lie. It was a really sick car, lovely to kind of cruise in, but it doesn't quite give you the feeling of a 650 horsepower R32 GTR. I'll give you guys a rough idea on the spec. It's actually got an R34 N1 engine, T88 turbo, which is a massive turbo. It is kind of quite old school now in technology, so we might look to get a slightly more updated turbo. But it is a pretty big unit. She's got apexy coilovers, IKEA Formula arms all underneath. A lot of you guys will know IKEA Formula is a very, very famous Japanese company. Full roll cage. I will look to get a little bit of padding on here as well. ECU wise, it's actually got a apexy Power FC with a commander. I will look to replace that with an ECU master and get rid of things like the MAP sensors and replace it with a MAP. This was actually a dedicated track car for Tex Modify in Japan, and it's only covered 56,000 kilometers from new, so that's about 40,000 miles. So for an R32 that was made in 1991, which is 30 years old, it's done absolutely miles. Fair play to Holo Jap imports as well. The cars they get in, I think you guys can see from the showroom, the cars they get in are literally creme de la creme. They get some absolutely beautiful cars in, and the showroom is super impressive. It's very clean, very beautifully presented. They've got things like the lift to bring the cars down from the top. So yeah, if you guys are watching, credit where it's due, because you really have built a fantastic dealership, and I mean that from the heart. Needless to say, I'm extremely happy, and I hope you guys are happy too. We're back in a Japanese car, and I know a lot of you guys have been really keen to see more Japanese cars on the channel. Obviously, we've got things like the JZX coming up to do skids in. Anyhow, that is enough gassing. I'm going to try and get used to the car, maybe do a couple of little sends with Mr. John. First impressions, absolutely amazing. I really do like this gearbox. It does take a little bit of time to get used to it, and you do have to kind of really sort of manhandle it in. But it's a very rewarding gearbox, and it feels super, super chunky as well. And it's quite reassuring to have a nice strong gearbox, because we all know John likes to send it. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, sorry, sir. Just look at this car, guys. It's almost too good for John. I hate to say it, it is so clean, this car. She really is in absolutely fantastic condition. Lovely Grady brakes. Same thing on the back as well. The spoiler is a little bit questionable. It is actually good for downforce. This car was built as a circuit specific car, but that is quite a large spoiler, so we could maybe get a stock GTR spoiler, maybe with an N1 lip. Yeah, let me know in the comment section, do you think we should keep this spoiler, keep the downforce, or do you think we should maybe get something a little bit more subtle? Quite refreshingly quiet. I mean, it's not massively quiet compared to the Zimmer, because it's still got a sports cat on it. It's actually not overly loud. I was thinking about doing a decat, but I do kind of like the sound levels at the moment. Do a little launch as well. I'm not going to do a full 7 grand launch, but kind of do it a little bit rolling, just so I can kind of get used to it. Have to concentrate when you're driving this car, put it that way. The speed it generates and the acceleration, how quickly it gets there, is pretty crazy. Hopefully you guys have really enjoyed this episode. I'm really happy to get some JDM goodness back on the channel. I think hopefully you guys are too. We're going to be doing a huge amount of content on this car, including quite a few track days as well. So it'd be really nice to kind of see how we can get it to party on a track. As always, give the video a like. Put any comments down below. I'll do my best to get back to you, and me and the beautiful new Skyline will see you soon.
Top chat shit, then TikTok. Watch your heart drop when you clock that the big crocs on the block. Mr. Smee can't save you. We threw him in the fire with the Dutch top. I bagged me an Indian thing in the father saying how. She said when you get this high, it's hard to come down low. Captain Hook, this ends far from a fairy tale book. You will get yourself choked when I catch man snoring. Freestyle to the